Hey everyone! So I just finished another rehearsal. We only had 3 people out of the 5 people come tonight. One of them was sick, and then the other one was sick as well. So I just kind of worked on different parts of it, like one on one, with some of the actors. So first, I worked on the Reverend Fred Phelps portions of Snow with Gina, and we just kind of worked on like how to emphasize different phrases and like how she should be saying like some of the phrases, because the way we've been kind of working on it like through blocking. She just kind of rushed through like the majority of it, and like she gave great energy, which I appreciated because it's a very energetic character, as hateful as he is. And that's weird to kind of phrase it like that, but he has a lot of energy and he has a lot of passion, even though it's derived in hate. So we worked on kind of the phrasing of it and like how she should say certain phrases and everything. And it came out better than like it's starting to kind of form like into the character, which I think is going to like eventually kind of be on stage. But it's interesting kind of seeing like how a person kind of like develops from the script to the stage, and I really like seeing this transformation, and it's really cool because like just blocking is fine. You can like change blocking, and you can like do whatever you need to with blocking, but when it comes to the actual character, like seeing the person become the character and work out the words themselves and put their personal spin on it, that's when I think the magic really comes with it, as cliche as that sounds. Because these characters, they like, even when I was like reading them in the script, it's hard to sometimes visualize these characters as actual people when you've been like stuck with the script for so long. So actually seeing these characters become these like actors become these characters and become these people, because these are real people. They were real people. Like some of them I think probably have passed on since now, but like it's a very transformative experience, and it's been very exciting so far from what I've seen of it, of the 3 people I've worked with today. So we worked on the Fred Phelps piece, and then I worked on the Dennis Shepard piece with Becky. And Becky, I have to say, she's a very natural kind of voice for the character. So I didn't have to work on much with her, because when she first read it, even for the audition, it came off as very natural, and she knew where to pause it, and she knew where to create emphasis, and even how the flow of her words kind of seemed to work with it. So when we were working on the piece to begin with, like I didn't really have to add much. I just kind of added like, okay, like how maybe this phrase should be said, and how like she breathed in a certain way, and like before like each like one particular phrase when she was talking about Aaron McKinney and Russell Henderson, like how that kind of stood out to me as like, okay, this is great, like maybe we can add this in other places possibly, and to kind of show like him kind of being choked up and him kind of expressing emotion even though he's trying to be controlled, but this is also his son. So I found that was kind of like very invigorating just to kind of see, because like just each person kind of bringing their own kind of like twist on things. And then for the last portion, I worked with Chrissy with Rulon Stacy, because that was like a significant kind of monologue for her, even though it's like significantly shorter than like what Gina and Becky have. And we kind of just worked on how to phrase certain things, because I mean, the entirety of the scenes that I have so far, they're all very serious. But this one, they're kind of hearing that, okay, Matthew is definitely dead, and getting this news. So I kind of wanted her to come very solemn and to have pauses, but to not have it drag on. So we kind of worked on that, and I kind of worked on how I wanted her tone to be for particular phrases, especially when she kind of tells like the father, Dennis, that like, okay, this is public knowledge now, and we have to acknowledge this, and we have to tell the world that like this happened. And having that kind of like transfer of something very private become very public is very hard, and very kind of, it's hard for this character to be personal, but also trying to like remain that professionality because he is the CEO of the hospital. And that's all we got to work on tonight. But tomorrow I'm going to hope to work on It Happened Here with Sue. So we can try to work on how she's going to phrase things, because she hasn't really done many acting, hasn't had much acting experience. So this is kind of a very new experience for her. So I'm going to hope on trying to do the same thing as I've done tonight, work on her one-on-one and kind of like help her through the different phrasings and how to like say certain things. And then also work with Theo through some parts of their narration, through vigils, and I think through snow as well. And that's what we got through today. And like through the next few days of this week, I'm going to try to keep up with these video blogs. Thank you. Good night.